beginner tricks for LCI PE class.
The first thing we're going to go over today is just how to ride a skateboard. For beginners, this is where you start. So whether you're going to ride with your left foot forward or your right foot forward, that's a matter of what's comfortable to you. And I've heard a lot of different ways to decide, well, how do I decide if I'm left foot forward or right foot forward? I've heard of sliding, just doing different things, but what you're really going to want to do is just get on your skateboard and see what foot feels most comfortable forward. To start, what you're going to want to do is take your front foot and put it just above your wheels, and take your back foot and start pushing with it. You're going to want to take your foot that's in the front, it's pointing forwards, and then you're going to want to take it and readjust it so it's perpendicular to your board, because you don't want to ride with your front foot parallel the whole way. It's just a little bit awkward. Depending on which way you want to turn, you can lean to your heel or to your toe, as Nate's done in this video, to show you guys how you can steer by leaning. And slide a foot to stop so you don't run into the van. The next thing I'm going to go over is a kick turn. There's two kick turns that I'm going to show you, front side and back side. I'm not going to talk about the difference between the two because frankly it's a little bit confusing. For the sake of this video, you're going to see a kick turn to the toe side of the skateboarder and to their heel side, so turning backwards. And the reason why it's confusing is because the one that I consider backwards is actually the front side, but that's a lesson for a different day. The first thing when you're doing the kick turn, what you can do is before you get on a ramp or any sort of an obstacle, you can just start kick turning in on flat ground. That's the easiest way to do it. So just practice tic-tacking with your board, which is just slight left turns by putting your back foot on your tail, and so lifting your front in the air, and then just turning your shoulders and head to either the left or the right. I'm going to have my son demonstrate here.
This is the front side and back side kick turn.
Okay, good.
A great example here, getting that back foot on the tail and rotating your shoulders. Just turning your shoulders and head around. Watch these clips for more. Turning to that toe side, which is back side. Because turning to the back, I'll teach it to you. I lied. That's the back side. All of this is back. There's back side. And here comes a heel side. Now, one of the common mistakes we make, especially when we're doing a heel side kick turn, is oftentimes because it's blind and we can't see where we're going, we don't rotate our head like we should. So our head's always got to turn around to where we want to end up. It's a little scary when we don't know where we're going. Here's a bowl at the Legacy Park on the north side, dropping in, and some backside kick turns. And here is some kick turns, front side and back side at the LCI ramp. And here's just some extra nonsense. I don't know what that was called. Maybe one of you can tell me.
For beginners, this will help you learn how to drop in. Just keep doing it.
The next thing I want to touch on is how to drop in at the skate park. We have a ramp here at LCI that you could use these same skills for. So it really opens up a skate park when you know how to drop in, but it's hard just to drop, just to go right at it. One of the common mistakes that you see when people are first dropping in is it's really hard to get your front wheels down on the ground because you're going downhill, and it's really easy just to try to kind of almost those front wheels just end up staying in the air the whole way down. So it's really hard to commit to it and just slam those front wheels to the ground. But as you'll see as we go over some things, it's definitely worth learning. To start dropping in, I wouldn't recommend getting on that ramp and getting your board on that coping right away. I would just practice riding down some gradual decline like my boys are in these videos. They did this all before they decided to drop in. They just wanted to ride downhill, make sure they could do it, and get used to that shifting your weight. Here's an example of it working not so well. I think this is his first or second day on a board. I think it's his first maybe. And he mixes up his weight there and bites it pretty hard. This is his first day on a board, and he's, again, just practicing, finding a nice little decline to go down. This is another really smart thing to do. This is how two of my sons learned how to drop in. just kind of slamming your board, not getting those front wheels down on a decline. These are all examples of just what you can do before you drop in. And there is his first drop in. That's Braden Hood from the school helping him out. Little slow to get those front wheels down, so he got lucky on that one. But here he does it a little better, gets those front wheels down. So get that front foot up, get it on just above your wheels, and slam those wheels until they hit the cement. That back foot sitting on the tail, balancing your board. Oh, this is both of them drop in here. Again, that back foot on the tail. Here's a good example of back foot's on the tail. That board just kind of hovering there, and then slamming those front wheels to the cement, not stopping until it gets there. Here's more examples of that. Watch those front wheels go down. They lean forward. That head comes forward. Just when the head gets above, really it gets above the wheels, the foot comes down, and there you go. This is the old skate park in Lethbridge, the first one made. Not as smooth as the other skate parks, but still a lot of fun to get to. And here's Nate messing around. I saw Nate on the skate ramp at LCI. I think he wipes out here. Oh no, the wipeout's coming. I hope it's worth it. And here's Braden Hood, an LCI student, showing up some tricks on the LCI skate ramp. These are advanced tricks, guys. We're not going over how to do any of these today, but just shows you can have a lot of fun skateboarding. Thank you.